Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for My Hero Academia! It's so great, guys. We're headed into the point where the tournament arc has begun, and Shinso is going to destroy Deku. Unless Deku does something crazy.
So Deku's the main character, though. So like,
yeah, Deku's gonna win. We're just messing, but
but Deku kind of should lose at this point.
But there is always a possibility for something logical for them to handle this well. So without further ado, let's find out and see if they do. Okay. Now this is gonna go down.
Yeah. So how are they gonna make it so that Deku wins and it makes sense?
Do they not know Shinso's quirk or something?
Yeah, because he'd still have to register his quirk, right?
Right.
Maybe that's really private information.
Maybe he registered... Oh, he lied and registered a different quirk.
Sure. Yeah, mind controlling stuff could be pretty controversial.
Yeah. Okay, good. He does have this kind of data.
Yeah.
Oh.
And his mind control doesn't work on robots.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of skewed. What the heck?
Yeah. He could have gotten hero points, though. Maybe.
How? Okay. Now, if he could control how he could speak, he would do it the other way, right?
Right.
So I'm guessing he can't control them from speaking.
Okay. There's no reason why he wouldn't be able to do that, though, because it's still just motor functions.
I don't think so.
Maybe he doesn't have fine-tuned control?
Brainwashing.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that's stupidly
important.
strong. If that happens just from them talking to him, he's probably been brainwashing people all the time, and probably that's been a negative in his life, just having to deal with I have to remember to not brainwash everyone.
Sure.
Overcome it. But how?
With hero protagonist powers.
Oh, what is this? Holy crap!
Oh, that's...
Oh
wait,
my gosh!
Are they...
He's going full Avatar state, dude.
Avatar... What?
Oh, is that the shock? Just seeing that? Or are they taking over his body?
Okay.
Oh. Jeez. Okay, I kind of like this. But I need to know what that thing was in the doorway.
Because...
Okay.
Because that was serious Avatar state stuff.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, he used the power,
So-
but he didn't move them.
Wow.
Whoa.
One for all. So he's gonna get brutal with this. Because that's the only way he can beat Deku now, right?
Oh. But he wasn't.
He wasn't, bro.
No, this is good.
Dang.
Oh, now it's just gonna be a fist fight.
Shoot.
Oh! Oh! Ow! Oh, that would hurt.
Even after this fight, is he gonna have like a thing against Deku?
Ow! Oh! Oh, well. That's it. Oh no, is he still in?
No, I think he's out. That'd be kind of anticlimactic to have that happen.
Yeah. Dang. Oh, shoot. Whew. Oh, a flashback to Inabu. Yeah, Shinso. Oh, so he did tell people. Okay.
It is pretty broken power.
私らを操ったりしないでよ。
みんなそう言うよ。そりゃ、俺も他人が持ってた悪用を思いつく。
Oh no.
ヴィラン向きだねって間接的に言われるのは慣れっこだ。そういう
Oh.
世の中、仕方のないこと。
Shoot.
Oh.
That's brutal.
戦いだったらとりあえず両者の健闘をたたえ Clap your hands
恵まれた人間にはわからないだろう。
Yeah.
Dang.
望む場所へ行ける奴らにはよ。
Yeah.
シンソウ君はなんでヒーローに？
でもさ、憧れちまったもんは仕方ないだろう。
Oh no.
ワン・フォー・オールを受け継ぐ前の僕と同
Oh
じだ。
no.
でも今の僕が何を言ったって。
Oh.
That's...
Oh, that's too real. Jeez.
正直ビビったよ。
俺ら普通科の星だな。障害物競争1位のやつといい勝負してんじゃねえよ。
それによ。
あの個性、大ヴィランに関してはかなり有効だ
It'd
ぜ。
be amazing.
欲しいな。
遊泳もバカだな。あれ普通科か？
まあ受験人数半端ないから仕方ない部分はあるけどな。
戦闘経験の差はな。どうしても出ちまうもんな。もったいねえ。
聞こえるか、シンソウ。お前すげえぞ。
And they're not showing his face intentionally right now.
Oh, man.
結果によっちゃヒーローか編入も検討してもらえる。覚えとけよ。今回はダメだったとしても絶対諦めない。ヒーローが入って資格取得して絶対お前らより立派にヒーローをやって
Oh man. That's a great way to start off the tournament.
That, yeah.
Oh, he got brainwashed.
普通構えるんだけどな、俺と話す人は。そんなんじゃすぐ足をすくわれるぞ。
Oh, foreshadowing, foreshadowing,
負け方はしないでくれ。
foreshadowing.
なんです。8、9人。
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. 'cause
One of
that's-
them kind of looked like All Might.
頭にもやがかかったような感じになった時、そのもやを払うかのように幻覚が浮かんで、 瞬間的にかろうじて指先だけ動いたって感じで
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
ワン・フォー・オールを紡いできた
Oh, obviously.
well, yeah, like, what else could it be?
Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Alright.
ワン・フォー・オールを掴んできたっていう分かりやすい進歩だね。
It's pretty vague.
あれはワン・フォー・オールに染みついた面影の
Yep.
Avatar State.
Mm-hmm.
双方干渉できる類のもの。
Yep.
つまりその幻覚が洗脳を解いたのではなく、君の強い思いは面影を見るに至り、真相少年の洗脳に対し一瞬指先だけでも打ち勝ったってことなんじゃないか。
Okay, so provided a lull that he was able to move and explode his one for all.
Yeah.
Workness.
食い下がるな。あ、それより次の
Don't get hung up on it. That's pretty meta talking to
Yeah.
the viewers.
お二人ともありがとうございました
Poor Sero.
邪魔だ。
Oh, already.
Okay.
左の力を使えば障害物競争も騎馬戦も圧倒できたはずだろう。いい加減子供じみた犯行をやめろ。お前にはオールマイトを超えるという義務があるんだぞ。
Just keep walking,
分か
man.
っているのか。兄さんらとは違う。お前は
Siblings.
Well, hold
Siblings.
on. Hold on a second.
Oh no.
Siblings?
We called it.
Okay.
力だけで勝ち上がる。戦いでてめえの力は使わねえ。
What if there are failures?
今
Like
は
they
通
didn't
用したとして
they didn't combine in a way that's really
すぐ限
effective.
界が来るぞ。
Oh, wow.
Oh jeez, he's angry.
He has lost his cool.
He has lost his cool. He's
Okay,
not
so-
able to let it go.
隣開けてあるぞ
I hope he doesn't, like, actually hurt Sero.
He's a little hot-headed.
Wow, how fitting.
His emotions are burning up.
優秀優秀なのに拭いきれないその地味さは
Wow, that's rude.
ゼロハンタ
Yeah, seriously.
ー予選
Oh, the Vasas! Yeah. You're way too strong, kid. Oh, but the shadows in his
Yeah,
eyes.
he's...
Oh no.
I'm almost a little bit excited to see.
Did you see the way the seating was going on? Bakugo's all the way out in his own in the second row. Everyone else on the opposite side. Oh!
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Bye-bye. Holy crap.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
What?
Oh my god! Okay, there's Todoroki's limits. Oh, he's even a little bit frozen. He's so cold. Jeez.
Is Sarah okay?
Oh,
やりすぎだろ
okay.
ゼロク動ける
動けるわけないでしょ
Yeah, that's gonna hurt really quickly. Yes, obviously, Todoroki wins. Get him
Yeah.
out of there. Oh,
Was that Sero's parents?
Maybe, but I think they're more just they feel bad for him because
Yeah.
the difference in
Yeah.
levels of strength. You know, they're
Right.
quirks.
イラついてた
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
just 15 to 20 seconds talking about
And now
his dad.
Deku has to look forward to fighting him in the next one.
Yeah.
自身が凍らせたのを左手で溶かしていく轟くんの姿がなぜか僕にはひどく悲しく
Yeah.
Because he let his dad get to him.
Okay. That was a very fun episode that went really
Fun?
deep really
Like-
quickly. No, because think about it. We had a development with the One for All quirk
Yes, that
that
was...
led to freaking potential Avatar State past lives
Yes.
culmination of all their powers.
Right.
But there's some mystery there, and that's good.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But that, of all the things that happened this episode, that I would say is the least on the list for me.
Oh, no. I agree. I'm just saying that's the fun part.
Sure. Okay.
But the fight with Shinso taking the turn of...
That was
awesome. You can't help what you dream for. You can't help what you long for. Okay. So there's this kid. He gets a brainwashing quirk at 4. Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if his
Most
parents
likely
started looking at him different, too.
The point is that at some point he realizes that, he's... got control of people and stuff. But nowhere along that line does he go into Machiavellianism, where he just completely doesn't care about the morality of controlling people.
Right.
So he desires to be a hero because he has a quirk. So he's inspired by people like All Might,
right,
by other heroes and stuff, in the same way Deku was. And yet, all throughout his life,
people are assuming he's going to turn into a villain.
Just enough suspicion about him. Yeah, exactly. And...
Dang.
He had that dream for long enough to where he basically did as much as he could to work the system.
Right.
Because the system was rigged against him, essentially.
Yeah.
And then he uses that to get to a point to where he can compete at a place where people will actually give him the ability to take his dreams. And he's the very first fight, and he loses immediately because of some random BS pulled out of nowhere.
Just because he's fighting against Deku.
Yes. If he had fought against anyone else, maybe not Todoroki. Todoroki might not have spoken to him.
Sure. Bakugo would have been aced, though.
Yeah, Bakugo would have been done. And that would have been hilarious to see Bakugo kind of do the thing that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Just get taken down hard.
Well, no, just taken down hard, but he's in his mind. And, the sheer force of his will breaks him out. But it wasn't Deku's will. It was the combination of One for All slipping in a little bit of a gap where he could explode his fingers, shock him out of it. And I think that's a good enough explanation.
Yeah.
But you gotta feel so bad for Shinso. Because that's just like real life,
Well, and man, I really hope that he ends up getting transferred into the hero course, because here's the thing. He made it into the tournament. Only 16 people are in there.
He's the only person not in the hero course that's in there.
Right, and how many people in the hero course are there? Like, not just in Class A, like, just in the hero course in general.
15.
There's a lot.
15.
Oh, just 15?
There's 16
not
people
in the tournament. I'm talking about total at UA.
At
this point,
of course,
I will be really disappointed if he doesn't get transferred.
I don't think that's the point of his character, Jacob. I think his character was written in here to show that everyone is aiming for the top.
Yes.
Everyone is going to try their hardest to get to the top.
Yeah.
And if you're going to kind of slack off and not take this seriously, someone like Shinso will come in and say, "No, I want it more than you."
Yes.
So I'm going to get it.
Absolutely.
Shinso wanted it, but because of the environmental stuff being stacked against him, it was basically to a point where he just got unlucky. He basically just got unlucky. He did everything he could to get into this place, and he did it right. Yeah. And even to do it, he had to essentially do the things that would be considered unheroic in order to become a hero. Like, do you not see the hypocrisy in that, in terms of how the Hero Association
sets this
whole thing up?
But I would say that it's just accentuated with Shinso because he's taking control of other people. But he can't help his quirk. Well, right, he can't help his quirk. The understanding is that they're using their quirks against each other
for good reasons.
Yeah,
you're talking about in the tournament.
In the tournament,
as a fight. Yeah,
right. So the fact that he was doing all that, I say, yeah, it's all good.
All good. I'm talking about in the obstacle course and the cavalry battle. He essentially dragged along 3 or 4 other people with him in each of those, and those people did not win anything. Especially in the obstacle course race.
That's true.
So, that's just the thing.
One thing I want to point out is that, one of the common things whenever you have not necessarily a villain, usually for villains, but any antagonist really, is to draw similarities between them and the main character, right? The protagonist.
Yeah.
That way you can see, like, hey, we're not all that different. And they did that so well in this, because you think this guy's just going to be built up to,
Yeah, kind of be a little bit of a manipulative scumbag if he has some kind of mind control thing. They did the exact opposite of that.
They did the exact opposite of that. And, oh my gosh, they made it so that even, like, with the whole thing of having the dream of being a hero, it's almost exactly like Deku. It is exactly like Deku. The only difference is that Deku basically got lucky.
Deku did get lucky.
Deku got lucky. And
in a way, though, it was Deku's dream that got him into a position so that he could get lucky. Like, Deku's personality and character is built upon by the work that he's put into himself in how to think and be like a hero, even without a quirk.
Right.
Shinso did what he could to play the system because the system was rigged against him. So he played it in just the best possible way to where he could get to this stage. Unfortunately, he rolled the dice wrong and got a 1 in 15 really bad, nat 1, and now he has to deal with shonen protagonist. If he had gotten any others, I don't think it would have made his quirk any more spectacular than this was, though. And the fact that everyone recognized, whoa, there's a kid out there with a brainwashing quirk that strong, or some kind of mind control quirk that strong, those are really rare, probably.
Sure.
I want to hire this guy. He could still end up becoming a sidekick.
Right.
For some,
potentially pretty big hero
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that would be awesome because he wouldn't get the awesome thing and moved into the UA hero course. But he could end up becoming, someone
Achieving
who's a
his dream.
real threat to villains, someone who they fear, and he's like Aizawa. Think about Aizawa. I think of him very much as a young Aizawa. He has a quirk. Aizawa probably had that same problem. Think about it. You have a quirk that cancels other quirks.
Sure.
How are you going to do well against robots and stuff?
Right.
You're going to be garbage against them.
The only way it could possibly work is because Aizawa has whatever he can do with
No. He did not start off with that. There is no way he learned that from 4 to 15 or something.
Okay, yeah.
He got that from becoming a hero.
Right.
He spent years probably developing the martial skills for that and all that. So he probably was from somewhere like general studies.
Sure.
And that's where he gets his intelligence and his kind of held back kind of thing. He's not about the popularity game because he didn't start off in the hero course.
And if he got into a tournament, he would totally kick butt because...
if Aizawa got into a tournament like this, he could win.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing.
Right.
Like think about it.
Like Todoroki
all he has to do to win is beat them in less time than it takes for him to blink again.
Right.
And even then, all he really has to do is just blink quickly and then do it again.
Yeah.
And then he's good. So I think that's a great juxtaposition, is to have him related also to Deku, but also potentially to someone who's kind of an established side character.
Yeah.
already.
Okay. I would love it if
because Aizawa was the one calling out that whole thing with the robots, so maybe he's saying that because
experience.
Because of experience, yeah.
That would be awesome. I would love to see Aizawa and Shinso, form a friendship. Because a lot of the times, in series with large casts, they don't show too many relationships between characters.
Yes.
Other than how they relate to the main character, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just something that they just do.
That's what they have time for.
Yeah. But this show is doing it well enough. There's a lot of side relationships and stuff like that and connections. But let's move on to Todoroki. Since you said the One for All thing isn't that big. Todoroki has siblings.
Yes.
He has siblings. And he's the greatest one of them. Which means, theoretically, here's where I'm thinking this is actually going to get a little bit... is that, let's assume his dad is really a scumbag, okay?
Okay.
He has had multiple...
Spawn.
No. Women that he's been looking for that perfect quirk for.
Oh, that...
So Todoroki doesn't have just siblings. He has half-siblings. He has a bunch
people with
of
fire
siblings.
and something else.
Fire and something else.
Okay.
And he's been looking for something that just combines perfectly.
And what better than a Song of Ice and Fire?
I know, right? It's perfect. But if you think about how twisted that is...
Well, Yeah, I mean,
like, not only twisted, he's probably getting praised for having these awesome kids with awesome quirks get into the... Yeah. And because he probably is so powerful and rich and wealthy and influential, he just does it all in some private compound and, you know, trains them all himself until they're old enough to go to a course like this, like UA.
Right.
And then they just get in automatically because their father wrote them a letter. But he basically apparently gave up on all the others because now he's just focusing only on Todoroki.
Right.
Which just shows how he treats his kids, essentially.
Yeah.
So...
Now, my favorite part about that whole thing was the idea that I don't think Todoroki ever spoke. He might have he might have said something little, but I love the idea that he didn't say anything, but just the idea that his dad was there, he was able to so easily and so completely get under his skin.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's that example of the kudere thing that I've been talking about, of taking someone and setting them up as being an extreme of something, right? Some type of personality trait that's easy to, you know, get your head around.
Do you know what? You know what's also mirroring specifically in this episode?
What?
Deku shouldn't respond back to Shinso, and in this case, Todoroki shouldn't respond back to his father because his father is trying to control him with his brainwashing. Yeah, guys.
Crazy.
So this episode was really multi-layered, and when I say fun, like I said, this episode was fun. When I say it's fun, it's because I can see so many discussion points spawned from this type of an episode. Because you could start a tournament arc off with flashy fights and kind of what Todoroki did to Sero. Just someone this crazy amount of power just blows away their opponent, and maybe they respond back with crazy power, and it becomes this big blah, blah, blah fight.
But that's where shonen usually go wrong.
Yeah. But this decides just to have that be a thing to show how strong Todoroki is with one quirk when he's upset.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And
he's
also,
really strong.
And also have it show just how deeply Endeavor got under his skin, because
just in like 20 seconds.
Right. Because it also does sort of some reverse character development for Todoroki, because that all those other times he never did anything close to that, even though he was capable of it. Yep. That shows that he had a cool head, and was basically doing a controlled amount of power whenever he did anything.
Yeah. So Todoroki and Deku will have a little bit of a break before they fight again.
Yeah.
But when they do, I want to call attention to some foreshadowing. Shinso said that someone's going to basically get you if you kind of take this that sloppily.
Yes.
That sloppily.
Yes,
and I'm just saying...
And Todoroki's the next one he's going to fight.
Todoroki was the next one in the fight.
Yeah.
So your focus kind of then shifts to Todoroki, and you go...
And Todoroki's the biggest threat. He's, you know...
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Way stronger than Bakugo. I mean, Bakugo's strong, but so far,
Todoroki would. I wonder if that will shake up Bakugo.
Well, sure, but the thing is, I don't think Bakugo knows who's going to win in the fight. Todoroki versus Deku. So, what I think is going to happen is that in the fight between Todoroki and Deku, there's going to be that problem really emphasized with how much has Endeavor gotten underneath Todoroki's skin by that point. And that would give it more towards your bet that Deku will win, because Todoroki is he's not able to grow and move forward. But my thing is, because this is not only a shonen, but this is a season that seems to be focusing heavily on Todoroki's development, I believe that he will develop, and he'll be willing to push forward and go beyond plus ultra. Sure. And it'll be epic, but Deku's going to lose.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. One of the ways they could develop Todoroki in a way that still makes Deku win is what I mentioned in the previous video, that
he uses the fire quirk.
He basically
crushes Deku, but instead of finishing him, he quits because
he's like, "Oh crap, I lost control."
Yeah, I think that's the best option for Deku winning. The best scenario with Deku winning that I can think of. I can't think of any other that just works. I don't want to see Deku one punch his way into victory here, so to speak, where he basically, has his supreme one for all, just and hits him.
Well-
and then Todoroki, there's a thing, and then it explodes and.
Sure, but if you look
Deku
at
wins.
that big ice sculpture Todoroki made in this fight against Zero,
Yeah.
a punch from One for All, from what we've seen, it's
Oh.
not unheard of that it would be able to completely get rid of that.
Obliterate that.
Right.
That's why I think it's going to be a good fight.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be a pushover. I just don't think Deku should win, even practically. Like, if we think about this, now that we've seen them both fight, Deku has a lot of strength just by, like, flicking his fingers, It's
Right.
a lot of strength.
And he has shown
But
himself doing
he has
punches.
never delivered full strength to human contact. So, if he's
That-
unwilling to do that, Deku should not win.
Well, okay, but let's be real here. He never should, in the tournament, do full strength to human contact because that would kill them.
Well,
Right?
absolutely, but the idea is that he could marginally increase it, up a little
Yeah.
bit. But if we don't see any sign of that happening, which I don't think they're going to randomly have him go through a power up in the next 3 episodes.
No,
or
I don't
4
think so
episodes or
either.
something.
But for defending against Todoroki's ice, he
Oh,
can go all out.
instinctively?
Yeah, he can go all out. And
What
it's
if
no
he's defending
problem.
against Todoroki's fire? Do you think he would then be scared enough to actually?
Possibly, but at the same time, whenever, with the One for All strikes, there ends up being this almost hurricane of wind that follows.
That's where I think
So,
actually
he could just
Deku
wave his
has an
hand really
advantage. Is think about it from a ranged battle. Todoroki should have all the advantage in range, right?
Yeah.
But if Deku is able to throw punches out that are that high of a percentage of the power, because he's not going to be full on contact and stuff, there'd be this concussive wave force
which could knock
that
him
would just
out of
knock him
bounds.
out of bounds. And
Sure.
how does Todoroki block that if the force is just too strong?
Ooh, and that could be a way that they could do it. So, let's say they're fighting. Todoroki's using his ice. Deku's able to, smash it and stuff. And he pushes Todoroki to the point where Todoroki uses his fire. The ice would block the wind, but the fire wouldn't. Or at least the ice could block the wind.
Yeah, that's why I
but
don't
the fire
think he's going to
definitely
use
wouldn't.
them one at a time. If Todoroki develops enough to where he's comfortable
He'll use them both at the
using
same
them,
time.
he's used them both at the same time. It'll be the most beautiful thing we've ever seen.
That would be
and
really
Deku will
freaking
just
cool.
be done. Like that's the thing that we all want to see.
Okay.
Come on. We have to see a song of ice and fire.
Yeah.
We have to see the conflagration of the fire
Yes.
around the
Yes.
ice. And that's
Yeah.
where it gets scary because that much power. Deku doesn't have a durability quirk. He just has a little bit of a enhancement thing where
Okay, yes.
he sends a little bit of resistance in that way, but it's just going to get overwhelmed,
Well,
and then his body has no actual durability.
But here's the thing: he can also use One for All to be very fast. So he could dodge it. He could just jump straight into the air. He would still be in bounds, and then he could
But
launch
then
a
his
punch
legs
down.
will be broken.
Not necessarily. He's done strikes without breaking.
I think
things
he'll
before.
avoid jumping because I don't think we've seen him actually use his legs
I mean, he could jump with
without
like one
breaking
foot.
them more than maybe once. I'm trying to remember in the fight with the villains at USJ. Let us
think-
know in the comments if
Yeah.
he used his legs.
Well, he did
at
use his
all
legs,
and
but
didn't break them.
right.
Because I think he broke them.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Yeah.
But wow, that was
Really good. But I think the One for All thing is 100% either one of these two things. So
Are you sure it's not more than 100%?
yeah. But the point is, it's one of these things. It's either an avatar state, and that there's past lives that had the One for All quirk power, and they're passing on their experience, knowledge, energy, strength, power, all that jazz through the quirk, because the quirk is the ability to like pass the things on.
Yeah.
The question is, was their power that say they had an original quirk, say that at least some of them had quirks before they were given One for All, did those quirks mold into One for All in some kind of unique way? Because one of the things I see that actually puts evidence to that not being the case is, what if none of them actually had quirks? And that was the whole point of the power.
Possibly, but here's the reason why I don't think that could work. All Might said he was originally going to UA to choose a successor. So from among people with quirks.
Yeah, you're right.
So the question is, what happens?
But
when
I
they
just
take
like
this
that
quirk?
idea.
Yeah, I do too.
But then that breaks one of the rules of this universe that, people can't have more than one quirk in their body at the same time. So it adds a little bit of credence to the theory that their quirk merged with One for All, and One for All kind of overrode it.
It's their sacrifice to give power, make One for All stronger.
It merges in some way, just like a quirk marriage results in someone with a combination quirk.
Sure.
They get a kind of a cell splitting, absorbing kind of thing in there. I don't know how it works, but then they get some version of it. So say All Might's thing was he could, we haven't seen Deku puff out, What if All Might's thing was that he could Hulk out for a little bit of time, and then this is just an enhanced version of that. And that's why Deku's for some reason just has the lightning energy.
That would also make sense why we All Might there were no previous All Mights in public knowledge, right? Because yes, absolutely. Because then the other users of One for All would have looked very similar to All Might in that they could just kind of, to an extent though, the general public doesn't see All Might in his non-All Might form. Right, but they would still see people that are, these massive people with basically the same quirk.
But here's the thing. We just saw a crocodile basically in the stands. So I think the ones that change people physically, we have the girl with the really large hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are just going to be all over the place.
Sure.
I think the generic quirk has some kind of physically enhancing thing. And then there's these other people with quirks that summon things. Summon ice, summon fire, summon dark shadow, summon lightning. They're like casters, basically. And then you have Shinso and the Kurogiri, who can create, who can do mind crap,
Sure.
That's where it gets to an extent. Kurogiri is a summoner for portals and stuff.
So
but anyways, I don't know.
There was something
it's not that mechanical, I guess.
There was something that was mentioned when All Might was talking to Deku about the vision, and the doctor lady was there, and she was like, "So you were still, what was it?" He's like, "So Deku could still see you." She's like, "That's good."
She mentioned that she saw him in the thing there. I think that's more of a slight death flag for All Might, but it's not a death flag, and more of it is a thing of his power waning.
Right.
His power
as Deku gets stronger, he gets weaker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Deku's Deku, as Deku gets stronger, All Might gets weaker. And that just makes sense. That seems to be where this show is setting up a lot of its mentor-student structure.
That could make for a really emotional moment later on when it, the last of All Might's power goes.
All Might kind of being relegated to that old kind of crotchety old mentor would be great. But I think they're going to take their time with it, especially since we're in a tournament arc now.
Well, yes.
So having the students actually kind of take on a more responsible role at some point would allow All Might to be much more of a teacher than an actual hero. But if things get really bad, then All Might can come in and save the day and do that kind of thing. But then every time he does that, it's basically going to come down to a point where he's like, I can hold my form for 3 minutes.
Or 3 seconds, he just does
No. They're never going to do 3 seconds. I mean, a point to where he can go out and do a news thing. Be like, I'm still here. I'm just spending, time, training the next generation of heroes and stuff like that.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. But to an extent, he seems to be able to go beyond what should be possible for him in the name of, protecting people or doing what's right or something that's going to be sacrificial for him but beneficial for others. Good episode. I think I'm excited now for the other fights that I wasn't as excited for.
Yes, because if they were able to do that with this character...
If they were able to do this one well enough when I thought it was going to be kind of cheesy and stuff,
then
I'm really excited now for Uraraka and Bakugo.
Yes.
Because my thought with this fight was, I had a reason why both of them should win. Shinso should win because he got Deku. Deku should win because he's the shonen protagonist. Yay. But with Uraraka and Bakugo should win because he's stronger than her. But what if it's not so clear cut?
There's no...
I know, but it gives me hope, Jacob.
Okay,
Let me
sure.
hold on to my my optimistic false hope, you know? I know it's not going to happen, but, like, think about it this way. What does Uraraka have?
She can turn off gravity.
She has the most busted potential quirk that anyone really has.
The only reason, though, is
She's got all these limitations, but
Yes.
once she starts to expand beyond that...
Sure.
Oh, my word.
But we've already shown that Bakugo can basically fly with his quirk. So even if she...
Yeah. But, if she touches him once, I think it's all over. I don't think his flying thing is going to matter.
I mean, it would definitely hurt, but...
No, I mean just moving him out of bounds.
No, I know, but he can propel himself with his explosions.
Yeah, but once he propels himself in a direction that's not the ground, he doesn't have gravity to kind of arc to keep him going. It'll send way more force.
He'd have to...
He has to compensate for that.
Okay, so this would be crazy. What if, basically, since he doesn't have a good way of slowing down, the more he used the explosions to basically guide himself, he ended up just kind of, like, getting more... like, losing control more and more?
Yep, exactly. So that's why I think he would lose. But if they just get it to a point where he just pummels the crap out of her, like, that's going to be heartbreaking.
Like, let's not think about that right now.
No, I'm thinking about it, Jacob. I'm thinking about it. Uraraka is the too pure for this world kind of cinnamon roll of just amazingness. And yet, we haven't seen her, like, just really have an obstacle that's too much for her. What if her thing is that she goes up to Bakugo and she's terrified, but she learns to kind of trick the fear inside of her, much like Deku does, and put on a smile, and she gets, like, beaten down almost immediately, and then it's like, all right, Uraraka, can you move? And she's like, yes! And then it's like, okay.
We should stop this probably
exactly.
before she gets hurt. Yeah.
But she just keeps going and going.
Because
think about it. Like, all she has to do is touch him.
All right. Now here's... Okay. Now that I think about this. All right. What if, randomly, I know it's not going to happen, but what if it did? What if Uraraka managed to beat Bakugo because basically what if he actually got to his limit of, like, I'm gonna kill her, like, right? So she somehow ends up being able to beat him, right?
Because he's not willing to go that far in the fight.
Well,
that doesn't seem.
That doesn't seem like him.
No.
But if Uraraka did beat Bakugo, would it be possible for her to keep winning? And if she did keep winning, what in the bloody hell would happen when Deku has to beat Uraraka to win the tournament?
Todoroki's gonna beat Deku. No. So here's the thing, guys. I'm excited for the fight. I have false hopes, and they're wonderful to fantasize about. But Uraraka's gonna lose. And it's gonna suck, but it's gonna be awesome because the fight will be awesome. They're going to go into Uraraka's backstory. They might even make us feel a little bit more for Bakugo as he's, like, realizing, I don't actually like, destroying a girl's, like, hopes and dreams like this.
Yeah.
But I gotta win, so I'm gonna win.
Right.
He might even have a thing where he's like, stay down. I'm done with this. And then she, like, quickly jumps to try and grab him, and he's like, whoa, whoa! And then he explodes in her face or something like that.
That would be awesome if basically he... Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
Think about it. Because she's terrifying if she gets close. So it's just going to be a thing of, will Bakugo let her touch her? No, he wins. Yes, he loses.
Sure.
Or she wins.
Now,
so that's my thing. I'm done talking about that because it's getting me depressed the more and more I think about it.
From a meta perspective, okay. There's all the shipping that happens with...
No, Jacob, why'd you bring shipping into this?
No, Caleb. I'm not saying that they're going to make Bakugo and Uraraka a thing in the show.
What are you talking about, Jacob?
If it is a popular ship, there has to be some reason why.
Why are you bringing this into it?
Anyways, I'm just saying, I think this, whatever they do, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I have a little bit more... I'm a little bit more okay with these fights happening because it should be tough and it should be hard to go to the top. But that still doesn't mean I'm not... I mean, I'm still worried. I'm still worried. Anyhow, guys, this was a fantastic episode. By the way, if you want to check out the next episode, we started our Patreon recently, and we have an early access option. So if you want to see the next episode right now, check out the link in the description.
You can do that.
There's also a poll in there where you can check to see what shows you'd like to see us watch next. All kinds of stuff to interact with on Discord and stuff. But this has been so much fun. But yeah, that's it. Until next time, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.